This is Tom Colley for Through the Ropes Boxing. Delighted to be joined again with John Ryder. John, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on, John. Last time we spoke at Mark's gym a few weeks ago, I know the plan was you're looking at potentially a fight with Jaime Mumguia next. Is that still the plan for you?
Yeah, still in talks, still negotiations, waiting for a contract. So hopefully in the coming days, weeks, I feel like I've been sent out for a while now, but hopefully the coming days we'll have something sorted over the line.
So are you in full camp now, John? Are you sort of getting yourself in shape, ready for the fight?
Yeah, I mean we started last week, so second week in camp now. Feeling good. It's a bit chilly, but we get through it. But yeah, that's great. Connor's in camp, I'm in camp. The young ones, Jimmy and George as well, they're in camp with us. So there's plenty of us to keep each other company over Christmas.
Yeah, and some good sparring as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Connor's always mixing it up with us at this weight, and George and Jimmy are good, young, sharp. So it'd be great for us for preparation. Yeah.
I expect people would pay some good money to see that sparring.
I'm sure they would. Yeah. I mean, people come in, they're lucky enough to watch it sometimes, but it's just great. They're top amateurs, former amateurs, and turning pro now. And they're still sharp as attack, and it's good work constantly.
Last time out, you fought Canelo, John, and you know you've mixed at the top level for a long time. You've been in there with the likes of Callum Smith, Billie Joe Saunders, Canelo Alvarez. Who's next for you? Is there some more big names out there you want to fight for some more world titles? And how many years do you reckon you've got left in the game? Yeah,
I mean, first and foremost, I'm fully focused on Jaime Mumguia, but obviously we see Charlo the weekend fighting at 166, was it?
He might be.
So you never know, he might be up in and around the weight at super middle. Beterbiev was a great performance last week against Andrade. I know he's probably looking for the Canelo fight, or if not, he said Bivol, but that's a potential, you never know. It'd be great to share the ring with Canelo again. Listen, I've got the benefit of that with my nose going in the second round. I feel like it could have been a different fight had that not gone, but it is what it is. It was great to share a ring with him, and I just want to go on and carry on at the level I've been operating at and continue fighting.
I think that was unbelievable. The fact your nose did go in the second round, and you stuck in there with one of the pound for pound, if not the pound for pound best fighter in the world for the full 12, and not only stuck in there, gave him a really hard fight. Would you say that was, with the nose going, one of your hardest fights? Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I felt sorry for myself for a few rounds. Got dropped in the fifth, and then kind of woke me up. And it's just more like, if you're not going to get me out of there, I'm going to be here till the end and keep going. So yeah, dug deep, stayed in there, and gave a good account of myself. What was going through your head when your nose went and you went down? What were you thinking at that time?
It was just a strange one. You live for this moment, and you dream about this moment, and in the second round your nose is busted, broken nose, never had a broken nose before. Then it goes in the second round of a 12-round fight. It's just, you couldn't write this.
It's it must have been gutting as well, especially after being in boxing gyms for all these years and to have never had your nose gone, and then in that moment. But so out of interest, John, so with Callum Smith, Billie Joe Saunders, Canelo Alvarez, which of those three would you say was your toughest opponent or the best of them three?
Listen, Billie Joe was very good. It was a razor tight fight, and he went on. He's won world titles at two weights. Callum Smith again, very good. He was done at super middleweight when I fought him. And I think you'll see him explosive at light heavyweight when he fights Beterbiev. I mean, they're all very good in their own right. Canelo's obviously top pound for pound, but listen, Billie Joe's not far behind him skill-wise.
I was talking to Mark Tibbs a few weeks ago at his gym, and he said that he would actually quite like Billie Joe's coming back. He'd fancy to see the rematch between yourself and Billie Joe. Is that a fight you'd look at when he gets him back in shape?
Yeah, you never know. So it's one I'd like to write. Do you know what I mean? It was a close fight in 2013. So I'd love to right that wrong, obviously. But I get on with Billie. There's no ill feeling. We get along. Yeah, it'd be good to see him back in the ring. He's a good personality to have in and around the sport. So it'd be good to see him back fighting.
Another one of your former opponents, you mentioned there, Callum Smith, gone up to light heavyweight. He's now in a massive fight with Beterbiev for the world title. How do you see that fight going, John?
Good fight. Beterbiev's an absolute killer, isn't he? We've seen him in the ring lately. He's never been to points, has he?
Still all knockouts.
Fight by knockout. But Callum's a big lump. He can punch, he can whack, he can take a shot. And listen, it's a real 50-50. I hope he can pull it off and become a two-weight champion.
Do you think you will?
Yeah, I think the timing's right. I think Beterbiev's. I think the injury's been a bad thing for him. Obviously, this fight being postponed, and it might just be the right time now for Callum.
if Callum takes Beterbiev, which is of course a big if, massive challenge, then obviously the obvious name would be Dimitri Bivol after that as well. Is that a fight you think that Callum could potentially have a good chance in as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think they boxed amateurs. I'm sure they boxed amateurs. I
didn't know that.
I might be wrong. I think they might have. But yeah, I mean, it's a real 50-50 fight. That Bivol's obviously exceptional. Obviously beating Canelo was a great performance, and he showed the way he had to beat Canelo. And his footwork was unbelievable. Hand speed, hand placement was great that night. So I mean, you'd favour him. You'd put him in favour against anyone. But listen, Callum, like I say, Callum's a big lump. He's got the skills. It'd be a great fight.
And just finally, John, if we do eventually see Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua share the ring, how would you see that fight going?
I'm going to back Anthony Joshua all the way, a fellow Brit. Listen, Deontay Wilder's been a great champion throughout the years, and many explosive nights we've seen him in. But I'm going to back AJ. I think it's a fight that's evaded us for a long time now, and I hope to see it next year and see Anthony Joshua back to the level he belongs at and back to getting world titles.
John Ryder, thank you very much for speaking to Free the Right to Boxing. It's been a pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.